Hi, my name is Albert. I want to welcome you to Mainland Cycle Center's new vehicle market. Today I'm going to show you a 2012 Kawasaki Teryx4 EPS model. This is the base model with power steering. When the Teryx4s initially came out, Kawasaki offered these both ways, with and without power steering. About mid-year, Kawasaki stopped producing the non-power steering model, and everything in the Teryx4 now is power steering. So this is a late model 2012. Matter of fact, we just got this from Kawasaki a week or so ago, and we're in April 2nd of 2013. Kawasaki still has some of these brand new. We picked them up because there's some really nice rebates on these right now, and the price is really good. And they of course have the power steering, which is just fantastic. You know, if you're familiar with the Teryx, Kawasaki made quite a few changes from the Teryx 2-seater to this Teryx 4-seater. They made the cabin more roomy. One of the ways they did that is, if you're familiar with the Teryx 2-seaters, this outside bar of the roll cage sets in a couple of inches. This one sets all the way to the outside. And then one of the things they did once they moved that to the outside is that bar comes all the way around like that. And it kind of acts like a Nerf bar. Some steel protection there. Instead of having plastic around the edge of the unit, you've got this steel there. So I really like that touch. Very nice. Of course, they added the full doors. So you've got full doors on these Teryx 4-seaters. They open and close really, really nice. Very easy. They added a grab handle for the passenger. These high back bucket seats are just fantastic. They are super, super comfortable. Very soft. The front seats are adjustable. You can adjust those front seats. They're in the middle now, but you can move it forward or back, depending on which hole you put that in. Of course, you've got shoulder harnesses with the little shock absorbers on them on all 4 seats. Very important. Drink holders for the front row driver and passenger. 12-volt power outlet. Nice, good-sized glove box there. And the little pads there for your feet. And then lots of room in here for the back. If you haven't sat in a Teryx4, I really urge you to come down and see us and sit in the back of one of these and really see how roomy they are. Plenty of room for a full-size adult. Again, the same high back bucket seats that are in the front, in the back. Very soft, very comfortable, very nice. Grab handle here for the rear passengers. Drink holders, a couple little cubby holes, a 12-volt power outlet. Good size rear storage compartment. A bed on the back, 250 pounds it's rated at. Fully independent suspension on the Teryx4s with a 2-inch receiver hitch on them. And Kawasaki changed the suspension up too from the 2-seaters. These really have a nice ride. The chassis on these is very, very stiff and really gives you good feedback, and it really has a nice feel when you ride it because there's just so little flex in the chassis. These are an automatic, so you've just got a gas pedal and a brake pedal here on the driver's controls. There's your shifter, low, high, neutral, reverse. There, your park and brake. Sport style steering wheel, really looks great. On the Teryx4s, Kawasaki now has angled that gauge towards the driver a little bit. Makes it nice. We'll turn this on and take a look at that. So you've got, tells you if you're in 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. You've got a speedometer, fuel gauge, and then you've got a clock, and then odometer, and then there's trip meter A, it should say, and trip meter B, and then hour meter, and then back to the odometer. Really easy to drive. Your headlights off, low beam and high beam. Here's your selectable 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and then 4-wheel drive lock. And one of the differences from the Teryx 2-seaters to the 4-seaters is now it's just lock or unlock, as opposed to that variable diff lock that we had on the console on the 2-seaters, that we still have on the 2-seaters. But fuel injection, so you just turn the key, crank her up, it starts real easy, runs real nice, no choke. Fuel injection is just fantastic. We really like it. One of the things you'll notice on here is this little light here. It says blower fan. So let me tell you what that's about. Your engine on the Teryx4 is located underneath this console, almost dead center of the unit. So really good center of gravity. But what they did is, because you got that motor in there, you've got exhaust pipes. So the exhaust pipes are run really low to keep that heat away from the passengers. But one of the things Kawasaki did on these Teryx4s is they added an electric fan, and it sits right in here. and it's got some ducts and stuff, but it draws cool air in and pushes this hot air out of this compartment to reduce the amount of heat that the passengers you might feel as a passenger in this. And I've ridden these in the middle of summer in June in Texas, and it was very comfortable for June in Texas, but it was very comfortable and no problems with the heat from the motor at all. So really nice feature. And then this little cover removes, you can actually see in there, but that's where you get access to check the oil, and that's covered because we want to keep that air moving through there. So really cool feature. Your hood opens on these. Got a couple of latches here. Open the hood, and gives you access under the front. We've got a lot going on up in here. We've got a radiator. One of the things that you'll notice from the Teryx two-seaters is that the radiator is mounted higher, so it's less likely to get plugged up with mud and stuff. This is your power steering motor, coolant reservoir, master cylinder. These do have rack and pinion steering, so you've got a steering rack there. Nice big sway bar, nice suspension. The fuses, the circuit breakers, the relays, everything that stuff is mounted right up underneath this cover, nice and high, where it can stay dry and out of any mud and water and so forth. So nice and high there. Good feature. And then your air filter is mounted right underneath this cover, and that's the difference from the Teryx two-seaters also. The air filter previously, the air intake rather, was right here. The filter was there too, but now your air intake is up here. It's higher. It's further forward, so there's less dust up high. And then also the big thing I like about it is that when you had that intake right between the seats, there's some noise, some sound with the engine sucking in that air there that made it louder inside the cabin. These are quieter inside the cabin with that air filter now moved up there. Plus, it gets cleaner air, so plus. A lot of positives to moving that. But you can mount a winch on the front of these. They really have nice Bighorn 26-inch tall tires from Maxxis on 12-inch rims, and that's really a pretty nice tire for an OEM tire, and really a pretty good tire for all-terrain use. Stainless steel muffler, LED rear tail lights, but really great. One of the things that you'll notice about these when you look at them, it's hard to see from the back, but those rear seats are elevated higher than the front seats, plus they set in a little bit, so it really makes sitting in the back a real pleasure to drive, because you're not just staring at the back of the head of the person in front of you. So with those seats set in and then elevated, it gives you what they call stadium seating. So anyway, that's a look at this 2012 Kawasaki Teryx4 with electronic power steering. These are a really great value, a really great machine. If you haven't ridden a Teryx4, we invite you to come by our store, let us take you for a ride, let you drive one of these new Teryx4s on our test track, and you'll just be pleasantly surprised at just how well they do, how good they feel. Just really a fantastic unit from Kawasaki. So there it is, the 2012 Teryx4 with EPS. We're Mainland Cycle Center. We're located in LaMarque, Texas. We're about 30 minutes from downtown Houston, just off of I-45. You can visit us online at mainlandcyclecenter.com, or you can give us a call at 409-948-4969. Give us a call, shoot us an email, come by and see us. We are here to help just any way we can. Hey, thanks for watching.